Welcome to Daily Plunge. We are in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 25, verses 1 through 26. Jeremiah tells them, I've been a preacher, a prophet for 23 years. And the word of the Lord came to me and I spoke it to you. And the word is the same word that he sent with the other prophets over and over and over again. Turn from evil. Turn away from those dead idols that you follow. Quit doing your wickedness, and you can stay in the promised land that I've given to you. But if you will not heed my word, you're going to bring harm upon yourself. And that's the thing. He says, it's not that I'm doing this to you. You're doing it to yourself. You're bringing harm upon yourself. And so verse 8, he announces, I'm going to bring it. I'm bringing destruction. I'm bringing my servant, King Nebuchadnezzar. Now, this is an amazing statement where the Lord, speaking through his messenger, says that King Nebuchadnezzar and the Babylonian Empire are serving his purposes. And I'm sure that's not what King Nebuchadnezzar thought, but he's not doing his own agenda. He is serving the Lord's purposes, and the Lord is bringing it. He's bringing destruction, and he says, I'm going to squash, I'm going to banish the sounds of joy. I mean, think about how, all the good things of this life, music, family, marriage, contentment, all these things are a blessing from God, and when he withdraws that from us, what are you left with, right? And so verse 12 and 14, he says, I will bring punishment, though, also upon Babylon. Even though they're bringing my agenda, they're going to do my will. But because of their wickedness against you, I'm going to repay them for their deeds. And so then verse 15, he says, take from my hand this cup that is filled with the wine of my wrath. And God says, I'm going to make them drink it down. I'm going to make them ruined and scorned and cursed and a horror to others, because they will see people will see how horrible it is when you turn away from God. And it's not just that this is coming to Judah or Israel. All the nations that have rebelled against him, they're all going to drink it down because they have rebelled against God's sovereignty, his majesty, his power. And I want you to think about how this cup of wrath is for all of humanity. And this cup of wrath that is given to humanity for its rebellion, just as God sent his servant King Nebuchadnezzar to bring the destruction, he sends his servant Jesus Christ to bring his redemption. And where King Nebuchadnezzar was an instrument of the cup of wrath, Jesus Christ will drink down the cup of wrath so that you and I could drink from the cup of grace. And I really want you to pray about that, about how God offers you the cup of grace instead of the cup of the cup of wrath. Well, I want to encourage you, read this passage, pray about it. Thanks for listening to the Daily Plunge. Have a blessed day.